Alright folks, welcome to another episode of Tom's Gadget Garage. In today's video, we're going to be replacing the tire on this Ausom Gallop. Unfortunately, I've got a flat. In fact, I was working on another scooter here in the garage and I heard this hissing sound, and it was actually coming from this tire, which as you can see is completely flat. Now, a few weeks back, I did buy some new PMT road tires, so that's what we're going to be swapping onto this today. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to remove this rear mudguard, which is held on by 4 hex screws, and you'll just need a size 2.5 key to get those removed. Alright, once you get those 4 screws removed, that mudguard pops right off. And one thing I always recommend is if you're going to be, doing any kind of maintenance on your scooter or whatever, I would just take the time to wipe it down, get it all, as clean as you can. I personally use this pink stuff to get my scooters and bikes cleaned up rather than taking a hose to it. It's just something about electronics and water. A lot of these have IP ratings, but I take a little extra precaution. Clean up some of this dirt here where those mud guards attached. And before you get too far, I do recommend taking pictures of all the washer arrangements and everything so that there's no confusion when you get this thing reassembled. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get this 1-inch lug nut taken off. Unfortunately, I can't find my other socket set, so we're going to be using a crescent wrench today. Now you may need to tap on this washer here a couple times to get it loose, especially if it's been on there for a long time. You'll do that on both sides. And on the inside part of this swing arm, you've got a quick connect. Might be fastened with a zip tie. You just want to go ahead and unscrew that quick connect. Then you'll be able to undo that cable just like so. So really nice to have a scooter with quick connects because not all of them do. And the next thing you're going to want to do is carefully remove the wheel. Just make sure that the scooter is properly balanced because these wheels with motors are very heavy. So if you take this off and the scooter's not properly balanced, it could go, dropping forward. So just carefully remove it. And there we go. That's our wheel assembly. Now that we've got that off, this is a good opportunity to clean things up, because it's not often we get access to this area with the wheel attached. Now, one thing to note here about these wheels is they are split rims, and this is a tubed tire. And so before we can take the split rim apart here, we have to remove the disc, and you can do that with a number 4 key. Now that we've got all that removed, the next step here is to remove the split rim portion of this plate. And you want to make sure that all of the air is out of the tires. It's really important because you don't want to crack this. And then you can go ahead and get these removed. So I'll go ahead and do that now. Now once all of those are removed, this plate here pops right off. And once that plate is removed, this wheel comes off. You just want to make sure that you fish the valve out of there. There's actually a hole drilled into the rim for that. And there is the bare motor assembly. Alright, there's our wheel without the motor. And as you can see, we've got our tube in here. You can go ahead and pop the old one out. Now just be sure to remember the direction of the tire when you put it back on. They do show you like rotation and everything, but anyways, good thing to document it. And the tubes that we're going to use today are 10 by 2.5 inches. And so what I'm going to go ahead and do is get some air in here because it's going to be easier to manipulate this when there's some pressure in these. Alright, so now that I've got some light pressure in here, I'm going to go ahead and reinsert it into the tire. Alright, so now that we've got this reinserted nicely, we're going to go ahead and get this tire back on the rim. Now, of course, me being me, I did take the extra time to wipe this down with some of that pink spray I've got. But anyways, completely optional. But this is a great opportunity to get things cleaned up a little bit. I almost completely forgot that we're putting the PMTs on. So I popped that tube out and I put it back into here. And then I went ahead and fished the valve right on through and then put the cap on there to keep it from sliding out. And now we're going to go ahead and put our plate back on here. All right, another thing to call out is once you have this plate back on, you can just reinsert the hex screws. You just want to make sure that you tighten them in alternating fashion so that you don't put pressure on any one given side at any given moment. And it's also a good opportunity, if you have it, to reapply some blue thread locker. All right, so now that we've got the wheel assembly back on and bolted down, we just need to go ahead and tighten up our quick disconnect. Then we'll go ahead and get our rear fender on. All right, so now we've got it fully assembled. We've got the rear fender on. We've confirmed that power's connected. Everything is spinning true. So now all that's left is to do the same exact thing with the front of the scooter, and then you're home free. So I'll go ahead and do that now. I'm not going to show that whole process on video, but I will show you the end result. All right, folks, so there you have it. That is the full installation of the rear and the front PMT tires on this Ausom Gallop. If you are curious, those tires do have a 6-inch inner diameter. And one thing I do recommend is, since we were handling those brake discs, you're going to want to take some isopropyl alcohol and just wipe those down before you go on your ride, just to make sure any like grease or oil that was on your hand that might have transferred on those discs, that you get that off, because that will impact braking performance. If you are curious what was wrong with the last tube, here it is. There was a break right here at the valve, so that's why I had that that hissing that randomly came on, you know, the other day. So anyways, I hope this was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions or comments in the comments section below, and as always, thank you so much for tuning into Tom's Gadget Garage. We'll see you next time.